This is Nightline.
Tonight, the happy-face killer.
You meant to kill her.
Oh, yes, I did.
A serial murderer with at least 8 victims across multiple states, what haunted his unsuspecting daughter for years.
Psychopaths are in your DNA, but becoming a serial killer is not.
We're with the family of a recently identified Jane Doe.
What drives somebody to do something like that?
Plus, the Fantastic Four. The hottest Marvel movie of the year, launching into the stratosphere to save the Earth from intergalactic doom.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end.
We're face to face with a fantastic cast, led by Pedro Pascal.
To be able to step into it together was just a very, very lucky thing. To not be alone in something of this size.
And their fantastic reactions when they saw their brand new action figures. And Who Let the Dogs Out, celebrating a milestone and the surprising message behind those lyrics.
Celebrating 45 years of delivering to you the most powerful stories of our time. From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Norwood. Tonight, he became known as the Happy Face Killer. His crimes spanning multiple states. Well, now, decades after his notorious murder spree, we're hearing from the family of one of his victims and from his daughter and how she learned the shocking truth about her father. Here's Nightline co-anchor Juju Chang with another look.
I just thought, what a vile person, what a predator.
A serial killer hiding in plain sight.
Here's a guy who's on the move constantly. He's a long-haul trucker. So he pulls into one place one night, he's there for a few hours, maybe he sleeps in his cab, and he's gone. Who even knew he was there?
Taunting investigators, leaving his mark with a happy face.
You're saying that you're the happy face killer? I am the happy face killer.
His killing spree preying on women, murdering at least 8 victims across 5 states, perhaps more.
What drives somebody to do something like that?
Soulless, evil bastard.
His horrific crimes playing out in the Paramount Plus drama, Happy Face, starring Dennis Quaid as the Happy Face Killer, told through the eyes of his daughter, Melissa Moore.
You're just like your old man.
I am not like you at all.
What made you want to do it?
Well, there's a lot of conversations that happen in private that I felt that the world should hear.
And the lingering mystery of one of his victims from 30 years ago finally solved.
And it was like a shock when they said what they found. Here it is, her Aunt Patsy.
Can you state your full name, please?
My name is Keith Hunter Jesperson.
Of all the notorious serial killers, Keith Jesperson might just be one of the most bewildering. A husband, a father, a long-haul truck driver.
There are 8 total victims in the following states of Washington, Oregon, California, Florida, and Wyoming.
Before and after being caught, Jesperson describing his heinous crimes with an unnerving candor.
I felt that by dragging her under the truck, that I would destroy all evidence of who her identity was.
He spoke to me from a prison phone in 2010. What happened with the first murder?
I picked up a woman at a bar, took her home. I thought I was going to get lucky.
His murderous spree began with a woman he met in a Portland area bar, 23-year-old Tanya Bennett, described by family as overtly friendly and having developmental challenges. After a night of heavy drinking, he lured her back to his apartment to try to have sex.
Comments were made and different things, and an altercation happened, and I struck her. I feared going to prison for slugging her in the face and causing bodily injury, and so I killed her.
You meant to kill her?
Oh, yes, I did. I meant to kill her to cover up the assault.
Tanya's strangled body was found in the woods days later, but Jesperson wasn't a suspect. Instead, a woman who had nothing to do with the case, Laverne Pavlinac, went to police and used details of the crime from newspaper reports to frame her abusive boyfriend. Meanwhile, the real killer is frustrated and envious of all the attention the pair is receiving for his crime.
I was puzzled I'd say it was something that just caught me kind of like off guard, especially when I heard it one had confessed to it.
So back on the road, in a rest stop bathroom, he scribbles on the wall, January 21st, 1990, I killed Tanya Bennett in Portland. 2 people got the blame, so I can kill again. And he does. 7 more women over the next 5 years after he split from his wife, victims who were often living on the margins.
I killed because there was a scare factor. I may be addicted to the fear of getting caught in the process of disposing of the body.
Jesperson didn't want to get caught, but he did want the credit. So he wrote a 6-page confession letter to the Oregonian newspaper to prove he was the killer. It started, I would like to tell my story. The only thing missing was the name of the killer.
I think these letters were all about his ego and taking credit for these crimes. Whereas when we see other serial killers like BTK, Zodiac, the letters and the taunting are just as important as the murders.
So he didn't sign it, he just signed it with happy faces. And so I called him the Happy Face Killer.
The Happy Face Killer continued to strike. His last known victim, Julie Winningham. She was Keith Jesperson's longtime girlfriend after his divorce. He'd even introduced her to his children.
Something happened, in my opinion, between him and Miss Winningham that caused him to not see her as a legitimate relationship anymore.
Shortly after her body was found, dumped over a highway embankment in Washington state, police got a lucky break. They found Jesperson's signature on a receipt among her possessions. Detective Buckner of the Clark County Sheriff's Department caught up with Jesperson in New Mexico. He was immediately suspicious.
After we told him that Julie Winningham was killed, he never asked how she died, what happened to her, you know, anything. He wasn't concerned. Yet this is a person who was described as being his fiancée.
After 6 hours of questioning and lots of denials, Buckner didn't have anything to prove Jesperson killed Julie. But the next day, the detective got an unexpected surprise.
I received a telephone message from him, a recording on my answering machine. All it said was, you were right, I want to turn myself in.
Jesperson confessed to the killings in exchange for plea deals that would allow him to avoid the death penalty. He received multiple life sentences that would ensure that he would spend the rest of his days in an Oregon State penitentiary. For his daughter Melissa, her father's cruelty meant that for years she'd be tormented by the thought that perhaps a killer gene runs in the family.
Really just studying how psychopaths are made, how serial killers are created, and realizing that it's just, you know, I wasn't predestined to have any of his ill traits.
So ancestry is not destiny?
Right, right. Psychopaths are in your DNA. Like, it is genetically passed on, but becoming a serial killer is not.
For decades, one of Jesperson's victims' stories was never fully told. A Jane Doe found in 1993 on a Northern California roadway called Pacheco Pass.
It was in June, early in the morning, when our Jane Doe was discovered, and she was actually discovered by a man who stopped on the side of the roadway.
Keith Jesperson confessed in 2006 to dumping a body there and gave investigators specific details of the crime that only the killer would have known. Back in the 90s, investigators had been able to take blood samples containing her DNA. Nearly 800 miles away, up in Oregon, siblings Dawn and Linda Bentham have spent years wondering what happened to their beloved aunt, Patsy Skipple, who disappeared without a trace nearly 3 decades ago. And that must have left a hole in your family.
Correct. It's an odd thing to not know where somebody, you don't just vanish.
The mystery haunted the family for years, until Dawn received a commercial DNA kit as a holiday gift. As it turns out, the company that took Dawn's DNA also works with law enforcement. Dawn's was the closest match they'd found yet.
Here it is, her Aunt Patsy's body was found.
And I was like, I had to repeat it, let me get this straight. You didn't just find her, she's now a victim of the Happy Face Killer. Nobody said anything for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's just like,
we were just like, let that sink in.
And just so chilling still, our thanks to Juju. For more, watch Impact by Nightline's Deadly Smile, The Happy Face Killer, now streaming on Hulu. Up next, we're with Pedro Pascal and the rest of the stars of the Fantastic Four, what the hottest actor of the summer says is his real-life superpower. Welcome back. Well, it's been 10 years since Fantastic Four fans have had the thrill of seeing their favorite franchise on the big screen. And now they're wasting no time packing into theaters to see the 37th Marvel Universe movie, The Fantastic Four: First Steps. The film star sat down with Nightline co-anchor Juju Chang.
We will protect you.
Pedro, I think of this as the summer of Pedro Pascal. You go into a Cineplex and 3 of your movies are playing. How does the Fantastic Four fit into this incredibly busy body of work?
It dominates it completely. It has been the year of Fantastic Four for me.
Marvel's biggest summer blockbuster, The Fantastic Four, features a family of superheroes, each leaning into their superpowers.
To be able to step into it together was just a very, very lucky thing, to not be alone in something of this size.
The father figure, the one and only Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. Rounding out Marvel's first family, Vanessa Kirby, known for her critically acclaimed roles in The Crown and Mission Impossible.
I was expecting someone uglier.
Playing Mr. Fantastic's wife, Sue Storm, a.k.a. Invisible Woman, whose pregnancy is at the center of the movie. For Vanessa, a soon-to-be mother herself, her life imitating her art.
The movie theme is around motherhood and the anxiety of that. What did you bring, if anything, back and forth between the film and what you're going through now?
It's surreal because it felt like the baby was sort of the heart of this story. These guys are family for life too now, forever.
We're going to be the best uncles ever.
The uncles include Eben Moss-Backrack, known for his Emmy-winning role in The Bear.
That's served with quail egg and a turnip puree.
Now bringing his real-life chef skills as the indestructible backbone of the family, as The Thing.
I didn't realize until now that you also love cooking, and your character, The Thing, is cooking away.
I think he's really a homebody. Being home with these guys at the Baxter Building, I think, is probably the only time he feels truly comfortable. Doesn't feel so much like a monster. And it seemed right to really place him in the hearth, you know, in the kitchen.
And the other uncle, Joseph Quinn, from Gladiator 2 and Stranger Things.
You want something, freak?
Lighting up the screen as the Human Torch.
Joe, your superpower is being hot.
You're dealt a set of cards in this life, and I was never set on fire, which I'm grateful for. So is my mother.
The superhero family on their latest mission to save the Earth from Marvel's latest evil villain, Galactus.
I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
Pedro made a name for himself as a hero, first in the Star Wars universe as the masked bounty hunter, caring for Baby Yoda in The Mandalorian.
Don't be afraid.
Then as a reluctant protector turned father figure during the post-apocalyptic The Last of Us.
You take me to her, you take me to her right now!
Mr. Fantastic.
As Mr. Fantastic, Pedro showing another dimension of what a superhero can be.
Your character is very much about using your smarts and using strategy as opposed to just brawn.
Yes, I think that he only learns the brawn when forced to protect those that he loves, when he's pushed to his ultimate breaking point.
That's a full-time job, saving the planet. Joe, we talked about the chemistry that you guys almost have immediately, but you were together in Gladiator 2.
The gods have rendered their judgment.
Does that help with chemistry, that you have such veterans with you?
I think it definitely did affect it, and I think the chemistry, especially like in this film, which doesn't always happen, it happened pretty instantaneously. But then, when you turn the cameras off, you have a lot of time off. A lot of time in your trailers.
A lot of time in my trailer.
A lot of time in Pedro's trailer. I like going in and leaving things lying around.
That drive me crazy. his coffee, his Diet Coke. Sometimes he'll pour salt all over the place, and I have to find it in my shoe and stuff like that.
It's psychological warfare.
Just cruel, just psychological warfare is all, really.
Did you ever grow up with a superhero? Did you have a favorite character growing up?
I grew up in the 80s. I was a kid in the 80s, and so Superman, you know. These are like the legends of our time. I had these, they were called underoos. They were like...
I'm familiar.
Mine were like blue with a red elastic band. I wore those a lot.
So you had Superman underwear, basically.
Yeah.
Mine was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
what was that, red
undies?
with a black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
I read there was 60s dancing.
More freestyle.
What's everybody's dance style?
Ooh, babe, you do a lot of clicks.
I do a lot of clicks. I move my hips.
You'll
bop your head.
kicks and hips.
Yeah.
I'm kind of martial. I got a lot of karate kicks.
Yeah, exactly. He does martial arts.
Furniture gets involved. Yeah.
Furniture can get involved. He'll throw some chairs. Yeah.
Yeah, just be careful. Beware with ornaments.
Yeah, be ready to duck.
Pedro, at the premiere, you brought members of your family, including your sister, Lux, who is an actress and is trans, and talked about how your family is the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
What's your superpower in your family?
Well, love. I mean, it's not a very original answer. I'm very lucky to feel as close to my siblings as I feel. We've been through a lot as a family, and it literally means everything to me, and I would do anything for them. So yeah, we are four, so it's an incredible reflection of the kind of story that this sort of chosen and given family is telling.
And this superhero family celebrated with their own action figures. We surprised them with the first look.
So we wanted to share with you
I haven't seen this yet in real
Look
thing.
at how
I mean,
platinum
wow.
blonde you are. Okay, can you turn them around so we can
Sorry.
see? No. I'm glad you're
Can you stop
enjoying
looking
them.
at yourself?
Yeah, no. What do you think? You guys have action figures.
I know, that's very cool. That is very cool.
And then we have our friend.
You always got to come in and steal the show.
Another member of the family, Herbie, their beloved droid. The all-star cast assembling for Avengers Doomsday, set to release next year.
And you're going right back to work for the Avengers movie.
That's right.
And in the universe, the Avengers are sort of led by the Fantastic Four.
Well, there's a lot that happens in the comics.
Yeah.
There is a version where I think the Fantastic Four is commissioned to lead a mission with the Avengers. That is not to say that's what we're doing. And what we are doing is not something I'm going to say.
Dang it! I was hoping we could maybe we could torture it out of you. Looking forward to that. Our thanks to Juju. You can catch the Fantastic Four First Steps in theaters right now. When we come back, Who Let the Dogs Out? The anthem for all ages celebrates a milestone. What's the message behind the catchy classic? And finally tonight, those dogs are never coming back inside. The Baha Men celebrating the 25th anniversary of their smash, now getting the remix treatment by Wookie and DJ Susan. According to songwriter Anselm Douglas, the lyric began as a feminist anthem, scolding men who catcall women on the street, before going on to become a party song for all ages. That's Nightline. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.